Hi, this is Christy at the West Regional Branch of the Mobile Public Library, and our special guest today is Sue Carney, the winner of our P.H. Polk Inspired Photo Contest. So welcome, Sue, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And your entry was entitled Allan at Work.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the photo and the inspiration.
Well, I'm retired, and so one of the things and we love to travel, so I wanted to kind of get into something that I could do while I'm traveling. And I love traveling, but I also like kind of having a purpose. So photography was like the perfect thing to do. And I was taking classes in the continuing ed program out at South Alabama. And you know, there's lots of different classes. One of them that I took was called street photography. And Vincent Lawson was the instructor. He's a great guy. And so we were maybe 10 or 12 of us, I don't know how many. We were all downtown one evening.
Right.
And it was in the fall, I believe, and doing street photography. And we had some, lessons about it in class, but this was like the hands-on.
Sure.
And so we were all walking around downtown, and I come across, right on Dauphin Street, this man, Allan, who was sketching some women who I believe were tourists from out of town, and he was out on the sidewalk at a bar and so on. So I asked him if it was okay if I took some photos, and they were all okay with it, so I just kind of walked around and took some photos. Now, and that's kind of how street photography works. I mean, if you're going to get a photo of someone full on, you know who they are, you want to ask their permission, obviously. So I did that. I took several photos of the group and him and so on. But one of the things, it's always good to get kind of a different perspective in a photo. So I sat down on the curb and kind of aimed the camera up at him, and that's how I got that particular perspective. He was sketching these women, which is something that he did. He was well known downtown. By the people who frequent Dauphin Street, as well as the bars, restaurants, merchants, etc. And sadly, he was killed in a bicycle accident. He always rode his bike. I can't tell you exactly when. It was several months later. I know that.
Wow.
So that was when I heard that, because I didn't know him before that. When I heard that, it was really kind of poignant, I mean, it was like, wow. So then I shared that photo, with some people who knew him on Facebook and whatever, because it was a good, reminder of him, and so that worked out well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I liked him because he was very intent on what he was doing.
Sure.
He had a great face. So I liked it.
Okay. So what made you decide to enter the contest, and what made you choose that specific photo for this contest?
I am a frequenter of the West Regional Library.
Yay.
And so I was here, I guess in February, and I saw the sign up in the lobby that you had a photo exhibit upstairs of from Mr. Polk. So I'm like, I'm always out for a photo exhibit. So I went up there, and it was wonderful, because I mean, great photos that really you get a story out of every one of them.
You do.
And they were great. And then I saw the little notice that they were doing a contest, and I'm like, I know what I'm going to enter, because that photo is exactly what kind of fits that whole criteria.
Right.
So
absolutely. Yeah. That was such an inspiring exhibit. What did you take away from Mr. Polk's work? What did you enjoy about that exhibit?
What I enjoyed was that it was in a different time period than now. So I always like that historical stuff. You just learn something every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like that it was in black and white. I love color, of course, but black and white, I think, sometimes kind of touches your soul a little more, and tells a great story.
Right.
So
okay. What do you think it means for our community, for the library to have exhibits like the one we did of Polk's work?
Oh, I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful because the library is so accessible, easy. I mean,
Right.
people are in and out of here all day long.
Right.
Easy to get to,
Right.
pleasant environment.
Right.
So it's great for like a smaller exhibit like that, you know.
Sure.
You know, out at the museum, Mobile Museum of Art, of course they have big exhibits. They have a great one right now with Gordon Parks, another photographer,
Right.
and but it's a place that's you kind of gotta want to go there. This here at the library, it's right on Grelot. A million cars pass by every day.
Right.
It's really in the middle of the West Mobile neighborhood, obviously.
Right.
And yeah, I think that's part of it. It's so accessible, and I know you get a lot of kids here too, so that's good.
Right, absolutely. Okay. How has the library helped you cope during the pandemic?
Well, we're kind of old school, and we still have a DVD player. Oh my God.
Me too.
Yeah. and so we get lots of DVDs,
Great.
especially old movies or old TV series.
Right.
And I love all the British, you know, murder mystery, fiction, blah, blah, blah. I love that stuff.
Right, right.
You know. Anyway,
Okay.
whatever. So I like that. But also, I've also gotten photography books from here.
Oh,
So that's
excellent.
helped.
Excellent.
Yeah. And novels and such also.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, where can our viewers go online to see your work? Like Instagram or Facebook? Tell us how
Well-
to find you.
Well, probably I use Facebook, I use Instagram, I use Twitter, but I don't post a lot of stuff there.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
because it's, just
Right.
too much information.
Okay. Okay.
But I do have a website.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah. I write a little blog. And I will confess I have not been keeping it up very well recently.
Right.
You know, the pandemic went to my
Sure.
brain. But I have a travel blog.
Okay.
And it has all the photos that are in there are ones that I've taken.
Oh.
None of them are like pulled off of the web or
Super.
whatever. And currently all the blog posts that I have there are about Europe.
Okay.
So they're all trips that we've taken in Europe. So
Okay.
bunches of places.
Great.
And the address, if anyone's interested.
Yes, absolutely, we are.
Okay, it's a Renaissance-Voyager,
Okay.
Renaissance Voyager
Voyager,
with a
okay.
hyphen, .com.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Well, thank you again for being with us. And
Yes.
you can see Ms. Carney's work along with all the other submissions at mobilepubliclibrary.org. Thanks for joining us.